Hey guys, back for another video. Found a sunnier spot in my house so maybe you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Something I wanted to talk about today was high fructose corn syrup, because it is in everything. If you start reading labels, you start doing a little research, reading, watching some videos, this stuff is in everything. Your mind will be blown if you start paying attention here. Just a simple look on the back of a label when you buy something, it's usually the second ingredient listed. They're pretty blatant with it, and they will change it up. Now they're trying to list it as just fructose or glucose or corn syrup, instead of just coming out and saying high fructose corn syrup. Before I show you my little experiment here, I want to just show you a few more products that it is in. As far as your kids are concerned, there's almost not a juice or a drink that's on the market today that doesn't contain high fructose corn syrup. There's little fruit snacks, but little bags of chips, all those little things. You really have to do your homework and look and pay attention to what you're giving your kids, because they're comparing this to this is the equivalent to cocaine in children. That's how addictive it is, and the damage. I can't even begin in this video on the damage that neurologically that it is causing to our children. Everything: diabetes, ADD, ADHD, food allergies, just all these things that they're killing our children is what's happening. It's putting a huge burden on future generations. We got to clean this stuff out of our society, the way that we live. This is just ridiculous. If other countries that live naturally and self-sustaining ate our food here in America, it would kill them. They would die. This stuff is not meant to be consumed. So here's some products. I'm sure you know Coca-Cola. Here's a 2-liter Coca-Cola. High fructose corn syrup. Let's see if I can get it in there. Right there on the label. Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup is the second thing listed. Okay, now, unfortunately for me, I can't show you a lot of things that it is in because I stopped buying this stuff a long time ago. We read everything. This is Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Delicious, okay? One of the first things listed, high fructose corn syrup. There it is. Right there for you. Here's Little Debbie's, some donuts. These are mini powdered donuts. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. It's not the first thing listed, but it's in there. High fructose corn syrup. Modified corn. You got to look for those too. Modified food starch, modified corn starch. That means it's modified. That means it's not natural. It's not real, okay? It's modified to fit whatever agenda that they want to fit it into. If it's cheap, here, buy my stuff. I'll modify it a little more for you, make it cheaper. Here's some Lender's Bagels. Who would have known? High fructose corn syrup. Okay? It's in everything. Those are all my examples I have to show you. It's in everything. Here's the ketchup that it's in. Second thing listed. We've all had ketchup, right? Our kids like ketchup. It's probably in everybody's fridge. If you don't like ketchup, you don't like ketchup. I did this little experiment to show how much high fructose corn syrup is in the ketchup. Okay, now I haven't done this before, but I have a plate that I spread yesterday. I spread some ketchup out on a plate. It's still a little not completely dried right there, but I haven't tried this before. I'm confident that it will work. There it goes. It's spreading right off. So what I expected was for this to peel off like a fruit roll-up almost, because this is obviously not just pureed tomatoes. Look at that. Look at that. It's like a ketchup fruit roll-up. It's pliable. You can peel it back apart. Okay? So this is a day after sitting on a plate. Imagine a couple hours after sitting in your kid's stomach. And how much of this stuff do you plaster on? Here, have another hot dog and some ketchup. I mean, it's just, we gotta wake up to this stuff. If this was real ketchup, or if this was real from tomatoes, it would be stuck to the plate, probably flaking off when I tried to pick it off. I mean, look at this. Ketchup fruit roll-up for you. So let's talk about corn for a second, because, everybody's, oh, high fructose corn syrup, it comes from corn. Corn's natural crap. Corn grows, right? Wrong. Corn is the #1 leading, next to soy, patented crop by Monsanto in the United States, probably in the world. Okay, they own this crop. It's really, really difficult to get organic corn, soy. They're going to hit the leading crops, wheat, rye, things like that, that they need to put in everything so that it's all profit. Now, I'm sure you can find some organic or heirloom corn somewhere, but like I said, it's very difficult. You know, it needs to be organically certified, but really, what does that mean anyways? You know, they could own that also. So what this means is that the corn is patented by Monsanto to be resistant to things that aren't natural. Things like Roundup. They have a Roundup Ready, it's called Roundup Ready crops. These are more than just corn. It's the soy and the wheat and the rye, like I told you, where a farmer can buy these crops, plant them, still spray them with tons and tons of Roundup all season, and these crops will still grow no matter what. Okay, they're resistant to the Roundup. They have a gene that's inside. That these are GMO crops, genetically modified organisms. If you don't know about it, look it up. I can't cover it all right now. There's no way. But GMO GE or GM is genetically modified. It's modified to fit their wantings, you know, so that they can patent it and then sell it. So not only do you have these Roundup Ready crops, but there are crops that when they're eaten by the insect stomachs explode. So if it's doing that to insect stomachs, what is it doing to our stomachs? You know, none of these things are being tested outside of the Monsanto lab, and you've got some shady people going on here. You know, you've got Michael Taylor, who was like head commissioner for Monsanto and then like head lobbyist for the FDA. So he passed his own laws, you know, where these are supposed to be run through the FDA for approval to see if they're safe for human consumption, things like that. And he just puts a little check mark on it because he's got the power to do that. These are evil people that run these corporations, and you know, it's in our hands as far as awareness. We can tell everybody what's going on and try to spread awareness on this. So you have the Roundup Ready crops, you've got the insect stomachs exploding, you have things like an abiotic stress is any kind of stress that's going to be put on a crop. Flood, frost, drought, anything like that that's going to stress a plant to die. Entire crops to wipe out is called abiotic stress. Now they have abiotic stress resistant seeds. Okay, so you're experiencing flooding. Well, we've got the seed for you. Here's your abiotic stress resistant seed. Oh, by the way, you need to sign this you know, patent and Monsanto owns you. Now they're coming out with Terminator seeds to where these people can't even harvest their own crops, save the seeds, as we all know is happening. You save the seeds, you plant them the next season, and that's how you just keep going. It's a cycle.